Hello, everyone. This is Monica Ramirez, the Warrior of Love. And thank you for being here in Soul Talk. And my life, let me just check myself. And my life, guys, hmm, and let's see if I'm now live. There. Now I'm live. There. Finally, I'm live. It is my pleasure to have you here, guys. And on one side, I have the Facebook, and here is the live stream for StreamYard, and I'm so happy to be here. Today it is a very, very important day that some people know and not people might not know. It is the day of Tonantzin, and it's also the portal 1212, that it is the last one of this year, 2024. And you will ask, who's Tonantzin and so forth. So I'm going to tell you a story of Tonantzin. In Mexico, in the 1400s, 1500s, she presented herself to an Indian, a Nahuatl Indian, and she talked in Nahuatl, never was in Spanish. She presented herself as Tonantzin. Yes, and she asked him to go to the church, in that time, of course, the Catholic Church, to build one of her temples. And in that temple, and of course, the very humble native Mexican native. He told him, "No, they're not going to even listen to me. The priests, they're not going to hear me out." So he tried. He went and told them, and of course, he was rejected, and he came back again. He had to pass through that mountain where she was appearing, and to him, they're not even listening to me. So, and where it is that little mountain, it was completely dry, and those stones and things like that, it was dry. And she told him, okay, what are you gonna do? He have an ajate. That ajate means it was like a fabric that they hang up to put the corn and things like that. And the natives, and it's easy to carry, and they just put it in, tied up in himself. And she told him, in your ajate, you're gonna pick up all these flowers, roses of Castile. And it's like roses, and he turned, and there were a lot of roses in that moment. So he picked up all the roses and put it in his ayate, his fabric, and says, take him again to them, and tell them that I want a temple in this area. So um, he took them, because that was a miracle per se for him, because there was nothing growing in there. So when he went back to the priest again and tell them, hey, I just saw a lady, the a beautiful lady. Her name is Tonantzin, and she's asking me to put these roses and bring it to you so you can have proof that she's asking to make a temple for her. So, and when he turned down the roses, the ajate, the fabric, all the roses came down, and her face was painted in there. that is one of the few images that we have actually of a painting to this day where she painted herself in that fabric, and it is in the Basilica of Guadalupe. That they named her Guadalupe because, of course, they couldn't pronounce Tonantzin, and they named her Guadalupe. That it is still in Mexico City to this day, and it's not painted by acrylics or oils. It was painted by those roses, and it's a beautiful, beautiful painting that she did to herself. So you can see it, you can Google it, and you can find it in there. So that was one of her apparitions, Alice in Mexico City, because she had different apparitions in different parts of the world later on, and not necessarily in tortillas, guys. This was her painting, and you can Google it. They call it Guadalupe because, like I said, it was named by the Catholic Church. But this is what is historically then. And now I'm going to talk to you about my own personal history. And then at the end, we're going to be doing a channel message with a guided meditation that she told me that she wants to go come in and talk to you guys too. So this is the my personal history was that I like I mentioned many of you already know my story that I grew up in a narcissist family, and part of it was not believing in myself. So I self-doubt myself even why I was alive, that I did not have even permission to be alive. Many years passed and I was working with myself and so forth, and I started going to some dances with the Chataws in Oklahoma. And while I was doing, I decided in the second Sundance, when I went there, I had a vision. Of course, I was dancing all day and I decided to fast. And in my third day of fasting, not eating any food, just drinking water and dancing in the sun, it's in summer, I and after doing sweat lodge in the morning at night every day is going with the whole ritual. I felt like, oh, why I everybody felt like they were feeling source, they were feeling that energy, and you can feel it in the air. But I was feeling, why I don't feel worthy to be here? Oh, that had to do with my childhood. So when I start having the vision, I start going into a tunnel first. And then after going into that tunnel become a cave made of onyx. And and I start going in a spiral, going down, 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 down in the spiral. And when I got to the center, that it was like a platform, everything made of onyx. The walls were made of onyx. They look like mirrors in a way, but black. That's when I discover that I see only one that looks like a reflection of me, a reflection at the beginning. And I saw Tonantzin. She was dressed up with that blue mat that she have in there, her dress, like just like you see it in Google or like in the invitation, you can find it because I have painted her many times. And in that moment, she told me about a message that I'm gonna be sharing with you all. The message that she gave me then, it was that we were all one, that the feminine energy, beside the existing men and females, in the females is more prevalent, the feminine energy, obviously. But we forgot that we're the same with the same source energy because we have the separation between the humans and God. But in reality, we forget that we're daughters or sons of the same source energy. And she told me to come closer to that mirror. And I walked to it. And she was giving her back when she was talking to me. And when she turned around, she had my face. And I freaked out. Like, oh my God, why do you have that face? And she told me, because I just want to remind you that you are me and I am you. In that time, I was more confused because I did not understand about unity and what is me and you and me. I thought you is you and me is me then. But when I start understanding that in reality, that is the law of unity because we are all one. So I come to understand and I hold that message for many, many, many years because part of me still did not deserve it. Part of me felt like I was not worthy enough. So when I start working with the worthiness, when I start working with that I deserve it, she told me again a few weeks ago, like you need to come with this message and you need to give it to everybody in the celebration of the 12/12, this portal. So I am here sharing with you this message that I received in the 2000s and I am giving it to you and I'm going to start connecting to give you a message of her. I'm going to be channeling her and be ready for having a glass of water and it is probably that we're going to go into a meditation. Hello to everybody. My name is Tonantzin. I just want to repeat to you I am you, you are me. There's no such a thing of separation between all of you and me. There is an aspect of me that lives in each one of you. Like there is an aspect of you that it lives inside of me. Yes, we have transcended a lot of lifetimes. We have transcended a lot of pains and traumas. Even in the lifetime that I was a human, I had to pass through many things like you have. So I completely understand where you are and what you have passed through and the pains that you're carrying. And that pain comes from the separation and thinking that we are separated and we are all one and we just different aspects of our own self. We're entering into a very important time in life, in the time of Aquarius. It is time to close the circles that you have left open. So we're going to be asking very soon to close the circles so you can move forward in your life. It is time to embrace into your happiness. And I just wanted to remind you that whatever you focus, it is what is going to grow. So try to focus on the positive things because 2025 is going to be a very different story that you're going to start telling to yourself. We all have stories, but it is time to let go your old stories so you can create new stories and with the life that actually you really want. I'm giving you this message with all my love that I hope you receive in this moment. So let's close our eyes so we can close those circles and we can start projecting in the positive things that we actually really want. Give yourself permission to relax your body. Take a big breath from me to you, and let it out. Take another big breath and let it out. And now try to connect your feet to Mother Gaia. And that's another aspect of myself. Connect to Mother Gaia. Go deep, deep, deep inside of the earth. And in there, in the heart beating of Gaia, my aspect, we're gonna connect directly there. And we're gonna start feeling her energy deep, deep inside. And we're gonna bring that energy up, 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 up to your body and let it cover all your body. And from your crown chakra, you're gonna see a tube of energy going up, 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 up to source energy. And feel how your body start vibrating in a different way and filling with light and love of the universe that belongs to you. And in there, we have already around us an entourage of guides and angels protecting us and loving us and trying to guide us if we're open to them. We're going to ask to close down any circles that do not help us anymore in our new path that we want to choose. So we're closing the circles in all the levels, in all the dimensions, in all the timelines. Closing all the circles that do not help us in our new path. And now we're going to start imagining the life in this portal that we really want to experience. So, how would you imagine your life? How will you feel in your body if you were living already the life that you want? Can you feel that love? Can you feel that support from all your guidance? Can you feel my love to you? Now, where would you live if you have your dream life? What would you do if you have your dream life? Who will be with you, accompany you? Husband, kids, friends, family. What will be? What sounds in the air would you hear? The birds, water, wind. What will be? Can you imagine that? Now, you wanted to put a color to this. What color would you put to this vision of the life that you want? Can you feel it? That color even inside of yourself? I'm going to make light language to anchor these energies into the here and now. Sokura shera sija, sikisha mara kasara, ara kashi samakushira, sokira shira 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 ma. Sokura sakayera samakaya. Sokusa. Sokusira makashera sayaraka. Sokusakura kisikira masakuma. Cherakuma shera sheramakira saka. Ora cara, yes, amakusa, kusima, yera, suma. Take a big breath. Sokisira, sherakira, saki, majera, sara, yura. Sokusira, kamashera, sikisa, mashera, kumakaya. Kuramakiya kasakiyama ayamaya. Take a big breath. The portal is open. The portal will continue open. And welcome to the time of Aquarius. It will close down in around 6 months because there are going to be other portals that will be opening. But this is your divine connection for your feminine side, the creator, the one that imaginate, the ones that bring the intention, because the intentions is always from within. With much love to you and to me and to everybody in the collective. I am Tonantzin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for this short message of Tonantzin. Let me anchor myself. And write me in the comments. How do you imagine your life? How do you imagine? I have some notes, guys, if I watch it and hearing this. It is some messages that she was giving me early today, and I write it down. That basically we're removing blocks. We are passing through a new timeline. Yes, expect that many people are gonna be waking up. And remember, when we just wake up, time can get very, very confusing because we don't know how to handle our multidimensionality self. So the ones that wake up, we're here to support them in that confusion because we already passed through that. With much love to you, with too much love for me. Remember that we're all one. This is Monica Ramirez, the warrior of love.